Howdy. Today I'm going to be talking about Karl Lagerfeld, a classic, one I actually wore today and I enjoy quite a lot. And I have quite a few things to say on this one. Personally, I'd like to say this is a bit of a vintage smell. If you're not a big fan of vintage smells like Musk, Jovan Sex Appeal, or any type of aftershave that smells really strongly vintagely masculine, like old man smells, essentially. Getting that word thrown around a lot on reviews, then you probably won't like this, so I would steer clear. But if you do, let's talk about this. I'm not quite sure why I like this so much, to be honest, because I do not like Musk. Not a big fan of Sex Appeal or any of the Musk scents, but this one, Lagerfeld Classic, I think it's just wonderful. I mean, for what it is, essentially. What it is it's very complex. And you're thinking, it's vintage, it's orange, this is probably going to smell really basic, very strong, a little bit off-putting in the modern era, but I don't think so at all, because the orange of this is a bit misleading. I know typically, looking at this bottle and its release date, I'd go, okay, that's going to be Musk, but it has orange in it. A very, very dirty orange, and not like dirty in a gross way, like you found it behind a cabinet, but it feels like you reached your hand into the 70s, pulled out an orange, and then like squished it with a very hairy, buff hand. And that's what you have here. It smells like a 70s cop film. But it's wonderful. And this is the newer bottles. This one's actually a bit old. Paid a couple dollars more because it was like early 2010s, maybe a little bit before that, I forget. But the big difference is this cap isn't metal, it's plastic on these bottles. Very careful with that. I would never hold it by that cap, but I find the presentation to be overall very nice. Right here I have the milliliter size, which is about 2 ounces, and it comes in this wonderful little cardboard box. Now, presentation's nice. That actually came wrapped in this cellophane, and they had a sticker on the bottom that was $35. And it was like a pharmacy sticker, which is weird. At least where I live, there's not too many pharmacies hucking Cologne, which is also part of the reason I got it. I thought that was cool. I'm paying $1 more for stupid details. I know that don't make sense, a lot of sense from a logistic point of view, but from an emotional point of view, it does. That makes sense. So, all around, I really like the bottle. It's very sleek. It looks very cool. I like its kind of streamlined design. It's got a very... it's appealing. And it has these little indentions on the side towards the outside. It's like a seam. That's not something you're really going to notice just by looking at it, but it's cool. And it's got that little sticker on the bottom. And I'm missing quite a bit of juice because I don't wear this very often. With that much missing, but it was a little bit empty. They weren't full all the way to the top, which you don't want, of course, but even from that, I've used a good bit. For me, because I don't wear this very often. But when I do, I really enjoy it. Today is one of the days I wore it. I'm wearing a brown flannel. I felt like it was a good day. And let's talk about the smell now, because it's what's important. The cap, bottle doesn't matter. The packaging doesn't matter. Let's talk about the fragrance. So, like I said, this is orangey. It's musky. Let me just quickly read off the notes. So right here on the top notes on Fragrantica, it's like Aldehydes, Tarragon, Clary Sage, Bergamot, lemon, and green notes in the top. Your mids like tobacco, sandalwood, Orris Root, Patchouli, rose, cedar, and jasmine. And your base notes are amber, vanilla, musk, Tonka Bean, and Oakmoss. I get amber, and I get Oakmoss, and I really don't pick up like the Bergamot and lemon. I just get orange. They kind of create this orange in this. Not those two notes specifically, but all the notes together create this orange appeal. It's very cool. Maybe I'm influenced by the bottle, but I don't think so. Anytime anybody else has smelled it, without knowing the notes, of course, they just, or seeing the bottle, they're like, orange. And talking about the smell, I'm going to spray my arm again today. I'm going to button my sleeve real quick and spray it on there. Of course, I'm using a potato camera, so you won't be able to see, oh, how good's the atomizer. It's okay. You know, it's not what I buy bottles for, but it has one. And already I can smell that from about this far. You know, it's not super loud. I wouldn't wear it in the heat ever. It's very fall time to me. Like 70 Fahrenheit below. Right at 70, not 71 or 72. I'd start to worry because I feel like this would project very well. Maybe if you wanted to wear it on those days, I just feel like it's a bit too dark. It doesn't have any alleviation. It's not super fresh. It's very spicy. It's like Old Spice, essentially. Old Spice with an orange and a bit more dirtiness to it. And it's very complex. Every time I wear it, I always feel like I'm picking up more and more that I didn't notice. So let me smell it. So yeah, I get that orangey. I get musk. Definitely a little bit of a musk. It's that fuzzy type of musk. I know some people don't like that. I like it a little bit. It's not super loud here, but it's definitely there. It gives it this very masculine edge. This isn't very unisex to me whatsoever. I don't think this would be widely accepted as unisex. I can see how it's very classically masculine smelling, if that makes sense. But wear it if you want to. I mean, it's nice. I'm not going to complain. And I've never had anybody complain wearing this. You'd think that since it's so different that people would find it offensive, but they don't. People are fine with it. So I'm not too worried about it. I feel like if I wore Cody Musk, I personally don't like, but you totally like it, dude. Feel you if you're wearing it my age. More power to you. You're cooler than I am. But I feel like if I wore that, people would definitely say yes. As long as you're not, drenching yourself in an entire bottle, fantastic. I got this one for $15. It's pretty decent for the size. I'm gonna probably go through this whole thing one day. I don't wear it super often. I wear it maybe like 4 times a month. 4 times a month, which is a little bit often for some. I just don't have a huge amount, and I do like it. Some people have huge collections and really like this one. So I'd say it comes down to you personally. So if you like vintage stuff, if you've ever been to the thrift store and cracked open an encyclopedia from the 70s and you didn't just you weren't totally off put by the smell of old books, you're like, that smells kind of good. I think you'll like this because that's how I am. I love the smell of old books. I love vintage. And this has a vintage edge to it that I really enjoy. It's good. I recommend it. You could wear it every day if you're older. Older people are going to love this. They're going to think it's fantastic. Younger people may like it. I'm younger. But I'm not exactly the best sample of my. But it's good. It's good stuff. I do recommend it. And don't hold it by the cap. But I'll say, overall, good stuff. That's all I have to say. Vintage orange. Smash it inside an encyclopedia book from the 70s. There you go. With some chest hair in there. We'll fight some criminals, I guess. Take care, man. That was fun. See you later.